I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Senator Debbie Stabenow reacted to Tuesday's school shooting on the Senate floor Wednesday. The mass shooting at a Texas elementary school left 19 children and 2 adults dead. Stabenow asked point blank, quote, "How many Republicans will join us to save children's lives from gun violence?" This latest mass shooting has reignited the gun control debate between Democrats and Republicans. Here's more from Stabenow's impassioned remarks.
Madam President.
Senator from Michigan.
Madam President, I had originally, before yesterday, planned to speak today at length about the fact that in 36 days, children across the country are going to lose healthy meals they've been getting in the summer, as well as meals during the school year. And schools are going to be put in a very difficult situation. Up to 1/3 of the schools may not be able to offer school meals at all. So that was my intent in coming to the floor, but after what happened, the horrible situation in Texas, 19 more children, a teacher, a grandma dying. Now I wonder if it's how many more kids will be killed in the next 36 days. We don't have to live like this. We don't have to live like this where we're begging for 8 more Republicans to join us, 52 of us, who want to make sure kids get healthy meals. We don't have to live like that. And we don't have to live in a situation where parents are afraid, where people are afraid to go to their place of worship, where they're afraid to go to the grocery store, where they're afraid to just live because of some random shooting by somebody who got a hold of a gun, a military assault weapon, or didn't have to go through a background check and went to a gun show, or whatever it is that is causing the carnage in our country related to guns and mass shooting. It's not happening in other countries. It's not happening in other countries. And they have as many challenges as we do. But in other countries, that may be somebody going into school with a knife. And the kids get hurt, but they live. Here, it's assault weapons. It's shooting children indiscriminately in an elementary school. We don't have to live like this. We don't have to live like this. The question is, how many Republicans would join us to save children's lives from gun violence? How many? Can we just get started? You know, Leader Schumer's put 2 bills on the calendar related to background checks. Bipartisan Background Checks Act, closing the gun show loophole, requiring background checks for gun purchases made through private, unlicensed leaders, and the Enhanced Background Check Act, which would provide a national background check system, enough time to thoroughly review gun sales. Now, these are not controversial. Neither is feeding children, by the way. These are not controversial. 90% of the public says, duh, of course. Of course. Now, the folks that don't want us to do it are the folks that make the guns. They're making a lot of money. They're trying to pit us against each other. They put out all kinds of crazy theories. They're funding our Republican colleagues to stop anything from happening, because God forbid if the profits of the gun manufacturers would go down, because maybe there were a few less guns that were on the street. This is not rocket science. We know what to do. I grew up in a northern Michigan community surrounded by legal gun ownership, my own family, my friends, my relatives. You know, when the assault weapon ban went in, Madam President, for 10 years, nobody in my family stopped hunting. Nobody in my family, you know, had to say, oh, well, we can't do what we want to do because military assault weapons aren't available. That was put in by Democrats. It was then repealed by Republicans. And we saw violent shootings that had gone down tremendously suddenly go up. So there's a lot of different things that we could do. And the question is, will we come together on any of them? Will we start with comprehensive background checks? That is the question. Will we have Republicans joining us? Every action we take or inaction relates to our values, and it relates to our will to do it. We can do anything if we want to do it. I mean, last week we came together on this floor to address baby formula for the WIC program, and we did it together. It was great. One of the fastest things I've ever seen move through here, and I appreciate that. I appreciate Senator Boozman joining me in this. But why can't we then extend that, first of all, to making sure in the summer kids get healthy food that they're going to start losing in 36 days, and that during the school year, we're supporting our schools to provide healthy meals for all of our children in a time of supply chain breakdowns, costs going up. And what happens when we start hearing in the fall from those schools that have to stop all school meals? Because somehow we couldn't come together and prioritize feeding children. And on top of that, I mean, I hate to say feeding children is, all of this is important, but their lives, we can't even come together around basic common sense measures that will begin to address what is happening with the random shootings and the killings of our babies, of our children. We can do better than this. We have to do better than this. We have to do better than this. We only need 10 Republicans. We need 8 Republicans to help us feed healthy kids in the summer and on into the, give kids healthy meals this summer and on the fall. 8. We only need 10. Only need 10 Republicans to join us on background checks, closing the gun show loophole. We don't need everybody. We don't need everybody. Some folks can go run and stand with the gun manufacturers and what has become an incredibly extreme NRA, dangerous positions. Folks can do that. We just need 10. 10 people to stand up and go, this is too much. This has gone too far. We can do better than this. Because if not now, what is the number? I'd like to ask Leader McConnell, what is the number? How many children will he describe and sympathy will he show for dead children on the floor of the U.S. Senate before it's enough? How many? 100 more? 200 more? 1,000 more? When is it enough? When too many children have been killed? When is it enough? It's past enough right now. We can do better than this for our kids, and I hope this is the moment that Republicans in the United States Senate will step up and join us. Thank you, Madam President.